First from volleyball in the builder category, Mike Burchuck. Born in Wheaton, Manitoba in 1949, Mike grew up in a small farming community and never saw or stepped into a gymnasium until his first year at university in 1968. But he was to find gymnasiums would become an important part of his life for the next 28 years. Mike began his successful coaching career back in 1979 at the Canada Games in Brandon. That's where he coached the Manitoba provincial women's team to a first ever gold medal. In the 70s, as a junior high school coach in Beaumont and Selkirk, his teams won divisional and suburban championships. And in 1997, Selkirk won the provincial title. The following year, Selkirk won both the provincial A and B championships. And following the 1979 Canada Games victory, Mike moved up to the national junior women's team as an assistant coach. The team won the gold medal at the Norseca Games. In 1980, Audrey Ferris and the University of Winnipeg came calling, and Mike took over the women's program. For the next 9 years, his Westman teams dominated the national university scene. They were GPAC finalists in 1980 and 81, and fifth in the nation the following year. Mike's coaching program and his pool of talented teams wrote history, starting with the 1982-83 season. They were GPAC champions for 8 consecutive years, with a GPAC record of 110 wins and just 8 losses. They chalked up 2 undefeated seasons with 60 consecutive wins in 82-83 and 58 straight victories in 87-88. And at the national collegiate level, Mike's teams won 6 consecutive CIAU titles from 1983 to 1988. Mike was named CIAU coach 4 times, 1981, 82, 83, and 1987. During his 9-year coaching reign with the Westmen, he won 488 games and lost just 58 times for a winning percentage of just over 89%. Among the highlights, victories over NCAA championship teams from Penn State, Texas, and Long Beach State, all American university powerhouses. And in tournament play from 1983 to 89, his team won 40 of 43 tournaments entered. And his international career was just as successful. Taking over the national team as head coach in 1989, he participated in 362 matches. In all, the national team won 182 matches and lost 180. Among the international highlights, defeating the USA and Puerto Rico in 1989 to qualify Canada for the 1989 World Cup in Japan and the 1990 World Championships in Cuba. At the 1989 World Cup, Canada was selected the #1 service reception team. They were also named the top serving team at the 1995 World Cup. The national team under Mike won 4 silver medals and 4 consecutive Canada Cups, won Canada's first ever bronze medal at the 1995 Pan American Games in Argentina, and in 1996 qualified for the 96 Atlanta Games by defeating the Dominican Republic in March of that year. And at the Atlanta Summer Games, a 3-2 victory over Peru gave this country its first ever victory in women's Olympic volleyball competition. Over the past 29 years, Mike Burchuck has represented his community, city, and province with distinction. His incredible coaching record is unequaled in Canada. Over the past 18 years, he has conducted 130 clinics all over Manitoba and initiated and conducted coaching seminars all over North America. He continues to share his experience and expertise to this day through his work with young coaches and athletes. He is a cornerstone of volleyball history in this province, and Mike Burchuck is truly a worthy candidate for the Manitoba Sports Hall of Fame.